look at an asset in the Unity Asset Store called Fantasy Forest Village. It's very colourful, it's very nice, and it actually has two demo scenes. One scene just has the bits and bobs, the other one is actually built up, and it's fairly nice. You know, I always love to see these demo scenes because I like to see what things could look like. So it is kind of low poly, which is completely fine, but it does look fairly nice. It is somewhat detailed enough to actually be a little more than low poly. It is very fantasy-like, and I do like that. I think it's very unique in a lot of ways. It is colourful, it's great, it's easy to use. I mean, I think I could probably sum this asset up in 2 words: colourful, fun. Simple as that. So if I go to the game view, I've added a tiny little bit of post-processing, and it kind of makes it look even nicer in my opinion. So quality wise, it's definitely got the quality you would expect from the style it's going for. Quantity wise, well, if we take a look at the folder itself, nice and neatly laid out, we can see we have the good old demo, we have the prefabs all in a nice folder, all materials, textures and the models. So the quantity is basically what you see. Nothing really in the way of extras, nothing to speak of in the way of extras. I suppose the scene itself could be a little bit of an extra because they don't necessarily have to make these scenes, and you know it's good enough, I think. Each of these prefabs is built up, as you can see. Like for example, if we go to this one right here, you can see the house. It's got a little mailbox as well, so maybe that could be classed as an extra. I'm not sure, but there is more to this asset than what there appears to be in the prefab folder here, because this one, like I say, right here has like the mailbox or whatever there. So quantity wise, yeah, I'd say there's a decent amount. It's not too bad. Easy to use. Obviously, a lot of assets like this are simple. It's just a case of dragging and dropping. If you want to aim for this, you know, you want to build upon the scene it's got. Easy to use. The little rocks there as well, very nicely done. Price wise, it is free, which is always good. So it is free at the time of recording it, but don't forget that prices in the asset store can fluctuate from time to time, so just bear that in mind. I managed to get it free. It might be paid by the time you see this or whenever. Size, it is just over 100 megabytes, which isn't huge, but it isn't exactly small. But just keep that in mind if you are starting to have quite an expansive project file. So 100 megabytes may add a little bit to that, but generally I think 100 megabytes is fine for what it is. So customizability, yep, it is highly customizable because you can take a lot of this stuff and change it to make it your own. Like the houses in particular, we could change the actual colouring of those houses because we could say, let's go for a green one. Easy. Now the secret to that is the fact that these all rely on the same texture. And the only difference is the albedo has changed the colour. We could go for a jet black house if we wanted to. So there is a great amount of variation that you can create with those houses. And I guess you could do the same with the rocks if you really, really wanted to. You could make a bright red rock because why not? You can. Same with the grass. If you want to go really obscure, make it some kind of alien fantasy world, then yeah, you could do that as well. Obviously, you can deal with the normal maps as well to make them detailed in that respect, should you wish. You can see that kind of effect there. See how that looks in the game view. Oh. Well, I'd like to see how it looks in the game view, but I have placed a big massive tree in the way of the camera. So I'm going to delete that first and then go to the game view. So we can see that little blue house there. That's kind of cool. And as I said before, I do like the whole neat and tidy folders. I think they do help quite a lot. So as you guys know, I don't rate assets. I either recommend them or I don't recommend them. So this asset, I think I would recommend it for a fantasy style, obviously, because it's a fantasy village. But even some obscure little things like a platformer game, I think it'd be quite suited there as well. So guys, if you've got an asset on the asset store, let me know. I'd love to check it out. And if you've used this asset yourself, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Is it good, bad? You let me know what you think is best about it or what you hate about it, whatever. And don't forget, click subscribe, click the bell icon as well to stay up to date with everything I've got on my channel about video game development. Guys, thank you very much for watching.